Hey everybody, today I'm here with a review of the LEGO Star Wars set, Jakku Quadjumper. This is set number 75178. It has 457 pieces, recommended from ages 8 to 14. This was released in June of 2017, where it retailed for $50. First, let's take a look at the box, which I don't have anymore, so here's a picture of the front of the box and the back of the box. Now let's take a look at the instructions. Here are the instructions. It's a pretty thick book for just one of them. I know sometimes big sets have one set of staples, but this is like a bound instruction booklet. Here's an ad for the rest of the sets from that wave, for the most part, I think. And the minifigures. An ad for the buildable figures. Then an ad for LEGO The Force Awakens. Piece count. Win. Now let's take a look at the minifigures. Our first figure is Rey. She's got a brick-built bow staff that just has this bar piece and these two lightsaber hilts connected to either ends. So I'll get this out of the way. We can take a look at the rest of the figure. There's the same figure from all the other Force Awakens sets. It's on a light gray torso. Same hair mold as previous, which doesn't need to be changed. It's pretty perfect as is. And she's got an alternate expression. Yeah, I think this figure is pretty perfect. Although I would like to see a version with arm printing someday. Next we have Finn, another figure who I would say is pretty much perfect. He just got black legs, but I don't think he really needs anything else. The torso is pretty much exactly how it looks. This hairpiece was originally made for him, so I don't think you can get much better than that. And then here's his alternate expression, which is a little concerned. Next we have one of Unkar Plutt's gangsters. This guy used to be exclusive to a visual dictionary. Then he was released in this set. So, yeah, I don't know. He's pretty cool. He has a alien conquest gun, which I'm gonna get out of the way. Nice back printing, I guess. No leg printing. I have to see if this is somebody who's specifically from the movie. If there is, I'll put up a picture. But I just don't remember him. Next we have the First Order Heavy Assault Stormtrooper. This figure was only in a couple of sets, and I believe he was the May the 4th figure in 2015. He has a neck bracket with a 1x1 tile for an accessory. Standard blaster. If you take off the helmet, that's just the angry clone face underneath. And then taking off the neck accessory, you can see the back printing, which is a strap holding on the whatever that is, the vest, which I think is a nice detail. And here we have BB-8. Pretty similar to most of the other BB-8s that were released. I think the only difference would be the size of the photoreceptors. I don't know, I can't tell the difference. But yeah, he has the printing all around the ball piece, and then his astromech head, and I believe both of these pieces were created specifically for BB-8, and they work great. Yeah, I think this is a great figure. And here's the main part of this set, the Quadjumper, a ship that only appears in the movie for a few seconds before it is blown up. The majority of the build is spent on these 4 turbine pieces. These top 2 are identical, except for the fact that they're mirrored, and then the bottom 2, I think, are also identical. They have these hinges angled down to get the wing in the right angle. Same on the bottom also, but for these smaller portions, there's some little blasters on the front, and of course stud shooters right on top of them. Of course, you just press that and it goes shooting, and then it's on the other side too. Some landing gear on the bottom, which I guess can be angled up, but there's really no need to. And this, which goes flat on the bottom. We'll get to that in a second. The turbines have some printed pieces that go in the middle of it. And the back has these booster pieces. The front cockpit has this windscreen that's on a clip that can be angled up, and then this top part is on a ratchet that can be clicked up, and you have 2 seats in there in the front. Not much room for anything else, but we take it around to the back, then we have these ratchet joints and this clip back here. Then we can pull this out. There's a spot for a figure right there. There's a thermal detonator hanging on the wall, plus a clip for some blasters. This gun folds out, and of course, same with the other one. You can press it and shoot it. There we go. Now, I think the main draw of this set is the play feature inspired by the scene in the movie, where you have this flat part that stays on the bottom, and that's able to hold this ball piece up. That's connected through the entire ship. And once you press on this while it's laying flat on the table, get that one out of there, then the 2 engine pieces fall off, and they're connected to this. They're pushed out by this little build in here that gets snapped out when you push the ball down. And the bottom engines are also just connected in place on hinges. Not hinges, pins. Like this, leaving you just this build by itself. Then, of course, you can just snap the engines back on, and it's ready for play. Stickers in this set are here, 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 and here. So overall, I think when this set came out, the common consensus was, why, when the next Star Wars movie is coming out, we're getting a set based on the last movie featuring a ship that was only in there for like 2 seconds. And I think I can see that perspective. In my opinion, I love getting obscure ships. So the Quadjumper is a good addition to the collection. Plus, I think it has a fun play feature that's based on its only role in the movie. And if this were the only Force Awakens set you were to get, you would get 3 of the main characters, or 3 major characters in this set, which I think is a pretty good deal. But for $50, that might be too much. This could have maybe been $40 at most. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you think of this set in the comments, and I'll see you next time.